Hey everyone, and welcome to the Dice Tower. I'm Camilla, and today I'm going to be bringing you my top 10 unexpected keepers of 2024. So these games are going to be a surprise to me for some reason or another. It might be a mechanism that I don't like in a package that I do like, or a game that I do like. It might be a game that just completely caught me off guard that I knew nothing about coming into. But it's going to be one that caught me by surprise, but then I find it keep coming to the table, and one that I think warrants being in my collection or being in a collection. It's one of those ones that's not a one and done kind of game. It's not a, ooh, that one caught me off guard and now we put it away. No, it's one that I find myself keep bringing to the table, and I would like to have in my collection or have access to for one reason or another. So let's check it out. At number 10, we have King of Tokyo Duel. Now, this is one that has grown on me the more I played it. The reason I kind of found it to be unexpected is because I had such high hopes for it. My first play was pretty disappointing, but the more I've played it, the more I've grown to appreciate the push and pull and different character dynamics that this game brings. It's not going to be a King of the Hill like the original King of Tokyo, but it does have a really good balance of the different ways to win. Are you going to try and go up one of the tracks? Are you going to try the tug of war part where you're pulling it your way? Or are you flat out just going for those hits on each other? I really like the dynamics of this game that just keeps growing, that I keep thinking about and wanting to come back to. So at number 10, we have King of Tokyo Duel. At number 9 is Reef Forest, Plants of the Pacific Northwest Coast. I think I got that all right. This is one that I was really excited about because of the Kickstarter. But what surprised me the most was what a small package it is. But I still think there's a really great game packed into that small package. It's just a deck of cards that you're going to split up and you're going to be building your tableau. What's really interesting is that how that tableau that you're building out, the plants and the ecosystem that you're building out on this mountain in front of you, is paying for itself. It becomes a resource, as nature does. Trees die and decompose and are nutrients for other trees and stuff built on top of it. And that really comes through in this game in the mechanisms. So it's a keeper because it's so quick to get to the table. It's a deck of cards that brings so much theme to life in it in a very quick playtime. So my number 9 is Reef Forest, Plants of the Pacific Northwest Coast. And at number 8 is going to be Spark Riders 3000. This one, once again, kind of caught me off guard. I don't know anything about this company. I hadn't heard of it much before. It is an app integrated game, so I think if I heard about it before it had kind of come out, then I would have been really nervous about it because it's app, it's going to be technology, it's an unknown game company. Is the app going to work? Are the characters going to interact right with it? Is it going to meld well with what you're doing on the table? Once I played it though, all those fears melted away. It is an absolutely charming game. Has great level of cooperation where you can help each other out as one of your actions and you're moving around trying to save this ship. The app brings a lot of personality to the game as well, with different personalities and characters that you'll meet on your space adventure. Ultimately just trying to keep your ship from falling, dying, being on fire, I don't know, being destroyed, I guess, in space. So my number 8 is Spark Riders 3000. Definitely caught me off guard, and the humor just keeps me coming back. And at number 7, we have Age of Automaton. Now, this is once again a designer that I was not familiar with, or a company that I was familiar with. The game was on my most anticipated games of Essen, and that's the first I heard of it. Picked up a copy while I was there, and it really caught me off guard is the depth of this game. Now, it's not that complex, but there's a lot of depth to all the decisions you're going to do. The economy feels very tight, and sometimes that economy is the turn structure. You don't have very many turns in this game, and the rounds go very quick, but you're trying to do everything. You're trying to build these relationships and forge these connections with other companies in order to go up those influence tracks and get the bonuses. You want to get your robots up and running as best as possible so that that economy is coming back to you as well. But there's just not enough turns in the game, and every time I pick a strategy and I delve deep into that, I want to try it again, or I want to try it with a new twist, something like that. So the game caught me off guard and with how deep it is, and I just keep coming back to it, wanting to try new strategies. So Age of Automaton is my number 7. And at number 6, we have Flock Together. Now, Flock Together is just an absolutely charming game. It is chock full of good humor with different puns and between chicken and farm humor. It's absolutely gorgeous table presence as well. But ultimately, what's going to keep me coming back to this game is the really short turns and tension of the game. Every game I've won of this has come down to that last 1 or 2 turns. It also requires a high level of cooperation where you're talking. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to try to get some food. Hey guys, I'm not going to fight on this turn. I'm really going to just put into my meals and try to beef my chicken up so that I'm better in the fighting later. There's some asymmetry of it, but the asymmetry is enough where you feel unique and special. But on the other side, it's streamlined enough to where anyone can play it. It's not so asymmetrical you're playing your only game. For that, it kind of keeps in the family weight category. So it's just a really good mesh of all those things. It leaves you with a smile on your face with the theme, with the sound mechanisms, and has some great tension on your turns as you're just, again, fighting down until that very the end of the game and last turn. So number 6 for me is Flock Together. Number 5 is Let's Go to Japan. This just makes my organized traveler heart so very, very happy. The theme of this is you are going to Japan and you are just planning out your trip. What shops are you going to go to? What are you going to visit? What entertainment? You're trying to build out a schedule for yourself, and you also have to look at the trains and making sure you're at the right part of town at the right time so you're not wasting time on additional travel. And sometimes, I don't know, maybe you want to take a break and just go for a walk and gamble and see what you run into. It reminds me of all my travels. I've never been to Japan, but it leaves me with a smile on my face as I think about those other travels I've done. And again, I love organizing. I love planning. This thematically just fits so very well. What keeps it hitting to the table is that unique theme. I think you're not just visiting a place, you're actually planning out your trip. I think that's a very unique take on a game, as well as the quick drafting. I love drafting. This has a unique one where you are getting activities in your hand and drafting one and then passing it back. So you're passing to both sides of the table. It's quick drafting. I get to organize things. I'm happy. Number 5, Let's Go to Japan. At number 4, once again, we're going to be traveling. This one is called Wanderlust. Wanderlust caught me off guard because it both replaces Ticket to Ride and Trekking the World for me. Ticket to Ride, I enjoy the game. I think it's a solid game, but I've kind of overplayed it at this point. Trekking the World, I really enjoy, but I always just want a little bit more depth to it. And Wanderlust is such a great marriage of those two games. I love that there's multiple different ways to travel. You can travel by air, you can travel by land, you can travel by sea, and so you're trying to collect the right cards in order to plan your one trip and get to where you're going, and then you can take pictures and sightsee there, ultimately just to get points, of course. But I really like the puzzle nature of this, the way it feels like it marries those two games together in a brand new experience. So an unexpected keeper for me at number 4 was Wanderlust. And at number 3, we're going to have Misos. This is a game that I knew nothing of. I just came into work one day and it was on the shelf. It needed to be played, so we sat down and played it. Oh man, from the first turn, I feel like I was already making some difficult decisions. You know, you have to really balance. Do you want to go early in the round to get the top choice of this open draft that you're taking cards from for your tableau? Or do you want to go later and maybe get more cards? So from that first placement of turn order selection, you're making these hard decisions. It's one that as the game goes as well, you don't ever really know where you stand. I can see, wow, you have a lot of hunters over there, so you're going to kill that scoring. But I am going to do okay over here when it comes time to feed my people. I have that down and you don't. So you never really understand where that balance is, and you're just hoping for the best the whole game. So I feel like it's a great balance of being tactical and understanding what's out there and taking what's best right now, but also long-term strategy of balancing all these different categories and set collection. So Misos definitely caught me off guard, and it keeps hitting the table just because of that great tension that comes with each round. So that's my number 3 is Misos. And at number 2, we have Survival of the Fattest. This is one of the most adorable games I've seen in a while. The artwork is absolutely charming and brings such a good light-hearted feel to this idea of animals trying to survive the winter, right? Or go into hibernation. The game has 2 mechanisms that I don't like. I don't like memory and I don't like take that. So I was really hesitant of the gameplay, and that's what caught me so off guard, is how those are definitely there. You can't say, hey, I was surprised it wasn't actually there. No, it is there, and it is a big part of the game, trying to remember what you have stored away so you can fulfill recipes and take that, trying to go to the right location at the right time so that you can get the best resources as well. It feels more like a push your luck maybe, or hedge your bets that maybe other bigger characters aren't going to go to the same place, than it is just outright take that. So it just, again, makes these 2 mechanisms that I don't like, puts on a gorgeous, cute, adorable package, and makes it feel very approachable. This is a game that's a keeper for me because I can see it myself playing with groups that are more mass market, or gamers that could be this light-hearted, get the night kicked off. Just a very light, heartwarming game that has some mechanisms that I don't like. So for me, number 2 was Survival of the Fattest. And my number 1 game for unexpected keepers is going to be the Battle of Versailles. This is one that I knew nothing about going into thematically, and I love it when a game takes a theme that I know nothing about and through the mechanisms and through the gameplay makes me care about the theme. I went and researched the Battle of Versailles after playing this game. The game itself brings such a great asymmetrical tug of war to this battle, this fashion battle that happened. So it's an unexpected thing that's very well implemented with the mechanics of the game, where one side is playing as the Americans and one side is playing as France. You have completely different victory conditions. So you're also trying to push yourself forward, but also gauge where the other side is and how close they are to their own victory. So I really like the varying gameplay and the variable gameplay that comes from such variable winning conditions and this tug-of-war 2-player only style game. So the most surprising, unexpected keeper for me in 2024 was Battle of Versailles. All right, and there you have my top 10 unexpected keepers of 2024. These are, again, games that caught me off guard that I didn't see coming, and I just want to keep playing. Have you played any of them? What do you think of them? Did they hit your table often? Or for you, in 2024, which ones did you discover and just keep finding yourself going back to and charmed by? So that's going to be it for me. We'll catch you next time. Thanks for stopping by the Dice Tower. I'm Camilla.
Hey folks, thanks for watching another one of our videos. If you like our videos, if you like our channel, you would love to game with us at one of our conventions. Check out Dice Tower Cruise, Dice Tower East, and Dice Tower West. Fantastic conventions where we play games with wonderful people, a humongous library, and lots of other events and stuff. Also, don't forget to check out our channel, like and subscribe. I'm Tom Bassel.